Hello everyone, another setting again. I'm going to try, as it's still summer, to do some video that are outside because it's somewhere that I personally feel that really deeply ground me and recharge me, and it helps you ground and anchor to the next step of what you want to create within your business as well. As usual, if I look down or I close my eyes, it's more channeled. So it's just something that I need to be concentrating, and closing my eyes is much easier. I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about one thing that keeps reappearing seasonally, the season of having a business. Fear to stepping into our own boldness. I think it's personally has been one of the most challenging part. You all have touched what your soul is asking, is commanding to be here on this earth, and what is supposed to be, what is the impact that you're supposed to create within this earth. Sometimes when you get a touch or even just a glimpse of it, you get extremely uncomfortable because it's so big that you just, like, your human self, your mind is kind of like, how is it all going? How can make this happen? That's the thing about stepping into your boldness. When we are glimpsing, or even we can't see the whole picture, because I've seen a lot of quite a big picture. Sometimes I decided to just take that path, double into that path, but also sometimes, the last 2 years mostly, I definitely tapped out. I completely tapped out. It was like, oh my God, this is too big for me, this is too blah blah blah, and I got scared. And I can't even tell you that because my own, like, just saying that to you, my belly is just like, I can see the tingles on my belly. So there is activation there. And I feel like when we are in business and when we want to tap into our boldness, into the biggest version of who we are, our highest wealth timeline, is we need to also bring to shift our mind with all the mindset work that we have, but we also have to bring the body with it. When we are disconnected with the body, cannot go forward fully, because there is a part of us that will be like completely disconnected from the path and your soul purpose. In my journey as an entrepreneur, I've been in business for over 10 years. I've shifted so many times, started as a portrait photographer, branded photographer, and added branding as well, like graphic design. And then I moved to something that felt like a very bigger calling, which was more in mentoring, and really helping you tapping into your own power. Because I actually realized that as a photographer, I used to do that. I used to show you your power. I used to show you your highest timeline. I used to show you your most empowered version of who you were. And I felt it was great, but it was missing something, because showing you and you feeling it, I feel like it's such an important step. It's so important to be able to really see the most biggest version of who we are in photos. It's so tangible because we can see that she's here. We can glimpse her through the photos. Yet I felt like it was missing something, because just photography is something that you will see the photo and you just put it on the wall, or you put it in the box and you kind of forget about it. But then it just makes the photos, seeing yourself, the bigness of who you are, embracing it and working through embodying it within the body, and also working with the mindset to really be within your own timeline of wealth. It's such a powerful move that you're going to make for yourself and also for your family. It's really going to create generational wealth, and it's going to create legacy. When you are doubling down into your soul purpose, making it an intentional choice, a decision every day to really get one step forward and forward. That's the compounding effect. That's so important. And I feel like even though you might have stopped in your track, when you come back to it, you're not losing all the things that you've done. You're actually coming back to where you were, and you're just actually collapsing time. You go faster than ever before. The reason why is you took the time to integrate, to rest, and to really go slow, because you can go very fast, and there's a great thing. You need the body to go fast, and sometimes your body is not at the capacity to receive that really very fast upgrade within yourself. So it has to catch up with you, because the body holds all the trauma that we had in our lives, and all the stories, money stories, any belief stories that we've been either domesticated or learned or taught, or something happened in our life that created a new narrative that we have to either decide that's great, or we can decide that that is a part of my story, and I choose again and I decide to shift that. Of course, it's not something that always happens overnight, but the decision is happening overnight. Making that decision happens overnight. Then it's all about every day taking that decision again and again and again and again. I promise you, if you actually take that step, one step forward every single day, you will be stepping in your soul purpose. And I don't know, it's just such way faster than you could ever imagine. So you working with your body and really allowing it allowing to grow the capacity to grow into the bigness of you is such a powerful move for your business. And I'm so excited to be able to be on this journey myself, and being on this journey with you as well, and be able to document that, because it's something that I personally haven't really seen much, and I want to change that, because there is a big thing about that as well. If you step into your boldness, you might see how people do things, and some ways, along the way, you might think you need to do exactly like they did because they are successful. And I'm here to tell you that you have to do exactly what you're supposed to do for yourself. So that means that sometimes someone will do something and it's just like, oh, it was successful for them, so I should do that. But is it really your soul calling? Is it really something that you're supposed to be embodying? Is it something that you're supposed to be doubling down onto? Or are you supposed to be listening to your soul and really going deep and realizing what you're here on earth to do? What impact you want to give? And is the impact more I want to work with millions of people, or actually want to impact one person at a time? I want to impact like the most intimate groups, so I can actually be very deep with them in all aspects of their lives, because business is one thing, but business is separate from you. And the thing is, you're coming as another entity within the business. You're co-creating. You are interdependent with your business. Your business is something and you're the other thing. When you detach that, you're moving as well, and the business is moving with you, but detached. It's like it's connected, but it's not codependent. It's not your baby anymore. It's the empire you're building. The empire is another entity. You are the sovereign. You are the one that are helping building the empire, but the empire is there to grow and expand and be able to share whatever, to be the catalyst to help you share your voice and share your impact. Yet, in business, when you have a team, when you are starting to grow and scale, you're usually not on your own. You have other people. That's what it is. You might have a personal brand, but the personal brand is an entity. And then you have you. Even though it's maybe your name in your business, it's still not you. It's the entity of the business. That's where it is. It's where it lies, and that's the empire you're building. And then you are contributing to that empire and bearing the fruits of that contribution. It is something I really highly recommend to everyone, to step into that frequency instead of like trying to grow up a baby. Because it's going to be super hard in every level if you actually see your business as this and really kind of entangled and meshed with it. One of the biggest things within my business that really impacted me personally is not the business itself, but me personally, to be able to provide back to the business, is quiet time, space time, really allowing time of slowness to be able to contemplate, channel through my guides, through God, whoever feels right to use for you. The entity for me is God. It's just something deeper than all of us. When we actually sitting down and really tapping into that, okay, slow time, really spaciousness, listen to yourself. A lot of things will happen. First is your fear will come up. And of course, it's not comfortable. So how your mind is telling you, that's not comfortable, you should stop right now. And most of the time when we are starting up, this is the first thing we do. We are stopping right now because it's not comfortable. It's like, why am I doing this? Am I full? Whatever your stories you want to share, just like your mind is going to tell you. This is where you have to really bring the awareness of like, this is happening with me and this is my calling to go deeper, doubling down in that path, because there is a message for me there that has been hidden, because I actually had to take a shovel and just unearth it. And yes, it's going to require intentional work. It's going to bring so much joy, so much spaciousness, so much everything, so much like expansion within yourself, that it's where you have to go. I would love to invite you to one thing that I feel like it's was one of my first steps to really realize to really experience spaciousness. Having an ADHD mind, it's always been challenging to just switch off the mind, and really go into meditation. So I actually have created a course called Equinox. It's 21 days breath work. I believe that breath work is such a powerful tool to support you in your spaciousness, because it actually forces you to be conscious in your own body and conscious to be going through something that is not comfortable, to push forward. Doesn't have to be extra pushy. Like the point is, today you were here, even though you won 1 extra millimeters from yesterday, that's already something that you can celebrate. And breathwork has been such a powerful move for me and for my business, because it allows me to, with the awareness that feel like it's something that all of us have at some point when we start to really grow into our business and really grow into having some kind of mindset work being done, we kind of really starting to have the awareness of, oh, something is off or whatever. But sometimes we don't, like, we just have the awareness, but we cannot really do anything about it. And breathwork will really, really support you in creating that spaciousness and creating that groundness. Yet with the breath work that I'm creating, it's actually incremental. So you have each day you have one, it's starting with 5 minutes, and then we increment 1 minute every day for 21 days. The reason why I'm doing this is if you can actually do only 5 minutes for the first day, it's 5 minutes you haven't done yesterday. And it's 5 minutes, and the next day you do 6 minutes. And of course, maybe one day you miss one day. It's okay, it's all good. You already have done X amount of minutes extra that you haven't done before. And it's something that we have to celebrate. Every little milestone we have to celebrate. It's where we actually we're creating the increment to have our compound effect. Really are. If we are giving a little bit by little bit by little bit, after a while it's actually a lot. And it's just like we're not taking a big rock, we're actually building layers, and then it becomes a thick block. Equinox is available, it's safe-based, it's available. You can go in the show notes of that video and have a look, explore whatever feels right to you. It's a self-paced, so it's 21 days, but it can take you 40 days to really realize to have done all of them. And it's something that I really built it into a way that you're leading yourself. It's self-led, so you have instructions, but it's not guided in any way in the videos. You have a sound, that you have a track that has no sound and just a chime at the end, so you can really be in the presence of nothingness, really in silence. And I feel like it's such a powerful move. Moreover, if you really want to grow, being in silence, I feel like it's such, with this world that is so noisy, in terms of like Instagram, YouTube, whatever, like anything that we have access to, even the TV. And we always have access to noise. We always have access to sound. But like going into just the nothingness of just us, it's quite uncomfortable. So you have the soundtrack that has no sound and just a chime at the end, but you also have one track that have a sound and a chime at the end. You choose whichever you feel at that day. I personally like going full silence, because I can hear my fears better. I can hear whatever the monkey mind is directing me, and then I can work through coming back to it instead of personally going to the music. Because if I go to the music, sometimes I actually just immerse myself in it, and I'm not really doing the work that is necessary to really unearth whatever needs to come out and alchemize the shit out of it so we can actually become the most biggest boldness version of who we are, the really embodying the wealth frequency, the generational wealth, whatever you want to call it, that is within our soul, that is wanting to talk to us. And this is allowing yourself, your space, to actually do that, and maybe journal at the end, because you have been hearing clear, like you have been in the frequency of receiving more, and then you're going to receive so much intuitive direct that is going to support you in creating whatever you are here on earth to create, that impact, that really, I like to call it legacy in a sense, because legacy is not just your family, it's also for the client, the people that you work with, and what you're here to create. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. By Rimin, please contact me if you have any question. I'm available on Instagram, but also you can have access to my email. I check it once a day. I send you so much love, and I talk to you till the next one. Bye guys.